Yeah, you already know what it is. IlFam79 on your social media choice, aka the On Anderson of podcast, and Captain Brew Albano, Brew Diamond Phillips, Figure the Dragon, Steamboat Pod, Champ Pod, God's favorite podcast, the Potty Pipe. I'm here to podcast, Chew Bubblegum, and I'm all out of Dentine Ice, but that's not why I'm here. That is not why we're here. It's not why you're here. We are here to discuss the inaugural Fight Tag Team Champion Tournament, and one of the competitors is with us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Tyler Moore's in the building. Good evening, sir. How are you?
You know, I used to have a tag partner. Did you know that? Did you know I used to have a tag partner?
Absolutely.
You don't think it's kind of funny? Fight decides to have a tag tournament after my partner announces retirement. Find it real strange.
Yeah, so before we get in to the tag tournament, because I'm definitely excited. I've been talking all week to all the competitors involved. Before we get into that, this is your first time on the Black Rasslin podcast platform. First of all, Tyler Moore, welcome. Tell the folks where you from and how you got your start in pro wrestling.
You should have known me by now, people. If you've been watching Fight Club, I've been there from the beginning. But for those of you that are just tuning in for the first time, you should have already known. But let me reintroduce myself. I'm Tyler Moore. I live in Baltimore, Maryland, but I'm from Killeen, Texas. I've been doing this for at least 6 years minimum now. How'd I get my start? I couldn't even remember, honestly. It probably just like beating up on people. And I found a legal way to do it.
Now, you mentioned Killeen. I went to high school near Fort Meade. Killeen is an area where I hear a lot of like military. Did you jump around because of the military, or is that just where you're originally from?
Jump around a lot. I was there for maybe 5 years. I was there for maybe 5 years, but I did bounce around. My parents are military.
Okay. What's the culture shock when you get to this area? Like when you're
Maryland is so stupid. Like the lingo, like if you go to Baltimore, it's whoa dummy. But if you go to up the street to like DC, it's mo. And I don't even know what that is. Like the lingo just sounds stupid. Everybody's comparing what is it? Who wore New Balances first? Just stupid stuff.
So there's none of that between like Dallas and Houston. Like no one's like we started slabs.
Not as much as here. Like y'all, they fight for like Houston and Dallas. They have beef, but it's like a ha beef. They take it seriously here. I feel like here, like I'll get shot for saying the wrong phrase.
I mean, it depends on where you are and who you would credit to the New Balance. I would say New Balance is more DC, but if you foam posits and Air Force Ones is Baltimore first. That's just what I witnessed. I kind of live in the middle.
For me, I thought New Balances was a New York thing. I thought it was New Balances and Tim's.
Oh nah. Listen, the folks,
but like New Balances are like $50 shoes. Why does it even matter?
They were $50 shoes.
Let me do my research.
I have a 15-year-old upstairs who inquired about a pair of sneakers that were significantly more, and I don't know the numbers 96992s, and I don't know the numbers, but I'm
looking on Amazon right now.
They get really excited about those.
They all under $100. What are we fighting for? Hey, it's somebody's battle, not mine.
Fair enough. So, when you first started a fight, do you remember who was your first match? Do you remember who your first match was at Fight?
Yep, it was Isaiah Frazier. It was probably the first show of Fight. Didn't go my way because back then I was inexperienced. Isaiah Frazier has many years over me. He did some veteran tactics and it worked. But yeah, for people who don't know, I've been there from the start. You should know me by now.
Yeah, man, with the jerseys and the sneakers. He listen. I I see.
Somebody does their research. At least somebody does.
So you come in, and I think you should use the phrase veteran tactics,
Yep.
right? Veteran tactics feels like you have at this point mastered some of those things.
I would.
And what would I guess what are your motivations, man, when you get in there and you don't seem to come and want to high five folks and dance around for the people like other guys. You come in there and you get the business, and sometimes you use veteran tactics.
For me at this point, see, when I came to Fight's original purpose, which people don't know, was originally to put DMV wrestling on the map. But see,
Okay.
a lot of people come there just for their 15 minutes of fame. And really, at this point, I don't want you there. This was founded for us. So all these big names, and they're not even doing anything. You can just stay home. Like, notice the Pan African World Diaspora Championship is going places that everybody likes to see it. So everybody's trying to get their piece now. But we asked a lot of these people, we asked year one, could you come around? And they said no. But now all of a sudden, people starting to roll in, and I find it really weird. I feel like we should just kick them out, gatekeep it, honestly.
Wow. So I like the concept after hearing people talk about the culture for the last 24 hours. I feel like we should gatekeep culture because some people may not be the most intelligent to speak on it. What is it outside of pro wrestling that you feel culturally attached to?
For me, this may come as a shock too, but I'm a big anime fan. Anime's been a part of my life all my life, and a lot of you people that like anime now are killing it and making it worse because you're promoting the wrong things. Some things used to be a joke, and now people are like, I really like that.
I feel like ironically liking things is very in. Like people are always, oh, I'm into My Little Pony. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's cool to be into it, but a lot of people, it's like, all right, for example, I'm gonna give this a greatest example. In the black community, please stop wearing Akatsuki stuff. The red clouds, it's the red clouds it's red clouds on a black canvas. You've probably seen it everywhere because every nerd in the world has it. It's in the Naruto world, it's a terrorist organization.
Okay.
Right or wrong for their reasons, you're repping a terrorist in America at this time. Black people, put that in your head. And I'm talking about this is a lot of people's, I'm gonna kill him with this outfit. Stop wearing it. It was funny at the beginning, like during early 2000s. It was like this cool Naruto group, bunch of badass anime characters. Now, let's move on.
So I've been to BlurCon. You familiar with BlurCon?
Oh yeah, I'm there.
I've seen all sorts of things. If you were to get your own deal, like your own panel at BlurCon, what would it be?
How to fix the culture 101.
What culture specifically?
Black culture.
So let's hear it. What's the spiel?
Step one, men, pull your pants up. Let's start there. Let's start at the very general point, because a lot of things that are common sense just don't seem to be common. You get treated the way you look, whether it's right or wrong. If I can't talk to you, I can see you with my eyes, so I'm going to judge you off that. A lot of people think, these celebrities dress this kind of way. Yes, but here's the thing. From far away, I know that's Kanye West. I know why he's dressing like that. You're a stranger on the corner, pants sagging, dirty clothes. What am I going to think without talking to you? What is my first impression without even talking to you?
Well, you said dirty, so I'm going to assume dirty.
Exactly. He might be a millionaire. I could be completely wrong, but my first impression of you, dirty nigga.
Fair enough. Shout out to the dirty niggas, man.
It's always because a lot of people get mad because it's like, oh, I like my style, but I'm like, do you understand how your style looks to other people? You can have your own style, but understand what comes with your style.
Yeah,
A lot of people
absolutely.
can't take the good and the bad.
So now you mentioned earlier being protective of fight and these folks that are catching the heat from the PWDC, the World Diaspora Championship,
Mm-hmm.
City Championships, these championships. What is it about fight that is a culture that needs to be protected? Why? What there is important?
So I would say before fight, there's a lot of wrestlers that are from DC, but none of them come back to DC or this DMV area. And a lot of places, you go places, Texas, New York, you could find about 20 different wrestling spots. In Maryland, there's maybe 3 or 4. And for whatever reason, the 3 and 4 companies don't like to work together. But fight is the first place where it doesn't matter where you're from. As long as you're from this area, you can work here and work somewhere else. And that's the thing in Maryland. For whatever reason, if you work for one promotion, can't work for another. Fight,
Wow.
if we ask for you, we want you. We don't care what you do. Just please don't do anything that'll make us look bad. That's that simple.
So I mentioned before the World Diaspora Champion, the Chocolate City Championship,
Mm-hmm.
and now we have the inaugural tag team, the fight tag team championships vacant as of now. We got this match coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Chulo Montana, who couldn't make it this evening, but get well, brother. But what state of mind are you in? You mentioned having a tag team partner before. But how do we get through this first round, man? Pure Ignorance been around and been together forever, man.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna jump them backstage. It's pure ignorance is what you got 1, 2. I think you got 5. Am I wrong?
Mm-hmm.
5 or 4 people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm already at a disadvantage. The 2 that are in there are the weakest members. Honestly, I can take both of them. Now, as long as my tag partner doesn't fuck up anything, this will go smoothly and it'll be a smooth win. That's all I need. But I'm taking them in. As soon as they get in the building, I'm knocking them out. See, that's one of the advantages of being at fight long term. I know where all the hiding spots are. I know how to evade stuff. I'm gonna do what I gotta do because the belt should have been. I was there before pure ignorance. I should have been handed the belt by default, by seniority, basically.
What so the design of these titles, because that's what I've seen, right? Is
Mhm.
with fight. Um the titles have been beautiful.
Right.
Every single design I've seen there have just been beautiful. And these titles, they're no different. The color, you know what I mean? They didn't overdo it. They didn't make it overly connected to the other titles. It's
Mhm.
this, beautiful titles. What are your opinion of the titles?
Um, you know what? Only thing I would add is one small thing,
Mhm.
and put a nameplate at the bottom because I just want to be able to read my own name. It's just kind of like me being narcissistic. I would love to read my own name at the bottom, but other than that, perfectly good titles. And
Hmm.
by the way, just for those who don't know, those belts are heavier than they look. These are real genuine belts. I want people to know these aren't some lightweights. You carrying 2 titles is heavy. I just want to let
Hmm.
people know that. These are not light titles. It's pure
Speaking of
metal.
heavy listing, let's say you get through pure ignorance.
Mm-hmm.
The finals for this tournament is a three-way tag team dance to decide the champion.
Mm-hmm.
You get past the first round. How do you make you to knock them out beforehand? Easy, you sliding through the first round. How do you make it through that three-way dance with a fairly new partner?
Well, here's my specialty. If you go back and watch all the fight footage, I've always been in triple threats, these three-way tag matches, these elimination matches. So I am the specialist in this. This is my expertise. The key is to simply let the two opponents work themselves and tire themselves out, and then we just capitalize on that. It's that simple. We don't have to do anything in the second round or the semifinals. We just go in there, let them do the work, because chances are we're all tired. They're probably all tired from the first match. So let us recuperate, let them work, capitalize. Because also remember, triple threat rules, there's no DQ. A lot of people don't think that.
So there's a lot of folks in town this weekend. There's a WWE event on Friday. There's a NXT event on Saturday, and fight on Sunday. Do you yourself get out and kind of go into these the big promotions and go check them out from time to time?
Not really. I'm kind of like I go out and I kind of look on YouTube for like the smaller indie promotions, because chances are when I scroll on TikTok, I'll get everything I need to see within like 30 seconds of the show. So I kind of stay more on the indies.
So just kind of paying attention to what your style is. You fly. You move
I've
around
been
in
known
there.
to jump from time to time.
Now the problem is that a lot of times guys who are known as flyers are also kind of known as inherently like they do cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
How do you balance being the type of having the type of vibe you have as a performer? How do you balance that with the way you want to be received and not being overly like cool to people?
See, for me, it's just kind of natural. Like, fun fact about me, I'd rather springboard than go to the corner, which a lot of people find that weird. But this is kind of just second nature to me. I'm not even trying to be cool. I just want to hit them as hard. I'm not, as you see me in person, I'm 6'3", maybe 120. I need as much force as possible coming down. So I'm just going to hit you as hard as I can and let gravity do the work.
I cannot wait for Sunday. I'm very excited. Get these people excited. Why should these guys come out Sunday?
Number one, I'll be there. Number two, you're going to get to watch me not win one match, because I can beat pure ignorance. Check the records. I can beat pure ignorance. And number three, when I win the belt, we're going to celebrate in the ring. And it's going to be a celebration you won't want to miss.
That's what it is, man. Sunday, February 16th. Doors open at 5. Bells at 6. 3608 Legion Drive, Cheverly, Maryland, man. Be the Negro League. Tyler, before we get out of here, how can the folks get at you on social media?
All of my socials are all linked. They're all the same. Whatever. It's just DATBOITIPSY. That boy Tipsy on any social media probably platform out there.
That's what's up, brother. I appreciate you, man. See you Sunday.
No problem. See you there.